You are listening to the Novel Writing Podcast, episode 90. Grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Today's episode is on when you can call yourself an author. I see many participants in our groups have a deep desire to be able to call themselves authors. Now, I'm going to suggest that they already are, even if their books aren't published yet. Think for a second about how we use the word author versus the word writer. J.K. Rowling is known as the author of the Harry Potter series, not the writer of the Harry Potter series, even though, yes, she did write them. I'm the author of The Chronicles of Talam. Haley is the author of Secrets of the Tally. Being a writer is far more encompassing than the word author, and yes, you are a writer too. All authors are writers, but not all writers call themselves authors. To me, being a writer is more of an identity, and the word author is a label that we can choose to use based on what we have written, if we want to, even if we're not published yet. And yes, there are legal advantages to being the author of a work from a copyright perspective, but you don't have to be published for that copyright to exist and be in effect. So I think of this kind of like how the IRS thinks of your side business. If your intent with a side hustle or a side business is to make money, it's eligible to be taxed, and therefore you could possibly deduct those expenses from your personal taxes. But if your intent is to just have fun with it, or it's more of a hobby, then sorry, you can't deduct those expenses from your taxes. Now, in parentheses, this is not tax advice. Talk to your tax person if you are seriously thinking about this. Not tax advice, this is just a comparison. But with the difference between author and writer, and there is a difference between those words, I think it's less about what you have already accomplished and more about what you intend to accomplish. If it's your dream to publish your novels, then I see zero problem with calling yourself an author right now, even if you're not published yet. There's nothing preventing you from saying, I'm the author of Catchy Title, which I've been working on for however many years and am working on self-publishing in the next year. My opinion, and feel free to disagree, is that you don't need to be published in order to call yourself an author. You already are. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining me, and remember, the first draft is supposed to be garbage. Thanks for listening to the Novel Writing Podcast. If you're ready to stop struggling and start finishing your novel, check out the 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. It's a step-by-step program designed for solo writers to complete their first draft with clarity and focus. Visit the link in the description to learn more.